West Pelzer Police Department launches Autism Awareness Program. The West Pelzer Police Department launched a new initiative called the Autism Responder Alert Program. I'm Steven from Tostemac and welcome to the Tostemac Autism News, where we cover the latest news involving autism. Today's article takes us to West Pelzer, South Carolina, where they're putting in a program with police officers in terms of more training with situations involving autistic individuals. Let's go over the article together, and I'll leave a link to the full article in the video description down below. It's a program to do three things, Chief Scott Stoller said. Training for our officers in identification of those with autism and how to react and realize what some of their reactions might be. It's to better serve them and not overreact on our end. Chief Stoller said the training is through an online program. It's an online program with various chapters or sections, Stoller said. Anything from recognition, proper response, dealing with the various clues that someone may be autistic, so in case there's not someone there that can tell us. The second component involves officers building relationships with people on the autism spectrum when it is not an emergency situation. We want them to understand we're here to help them. We don't want them seeing us when we're rushing to a house. It's chaotic. It's noisy, and God forbid there's something terrible going on. That shouldn't be the first time we meet. When officers connect with families, Stoller said officers give them a sticker to put on their car or house door to let first responders know someone with autism lives in the house. What that will do, that'll cue us, Stoller said. So whether it be us, EMS, or fire, we'll know going in that there is somebody in that home on the autism spectrum, and we have to readjust our thinking a little more. Stoller said his goal is to expand the program in the future. We'd like to branch out to all intellectual disabilities, or those with special needs, Stoller said. I'd like to eventually see it grow to where we're making sure that those people that are special are welcome in the community and welcome by us, and that we're welcome into their lives, and so that way they're not made to feel different. They're included though. Inclusiveness is so important. And there's the full article. Again, you can check out the article yourself by clicking the link in the video description down below. So, what are my thoughts on the matter? I applaud them for this. I am so happy to see that there is a program like this being put into action. Part of the reason because I did a video a while back involving autism and the police, and you can click the info card right here to learn more about that. But the short version of it is, I wanted there to be a program, a mandatory one mind you, where police officers are getting the training about autistic individuals and other special needs individuals and how to better handle those situations, along with some hands-on training in terms of meeting autistic people and getting to know them, not just the disabilities and the characteristics, but also themselves as people, because as you've heard many times before, if you've only met one autistic person, you've only met one autistic person. Now, as you can probably tell, this plan of mine was very bare-boned and very simplified and vague. But with this one, there's a lot more details and thought into this plan, and I love it. That being said, there are a few things to consider going forward. And I'm not saying that, oh, this is bad and oh, this needs to change immediately. It's just some things for the police department to look out for going forward. First and foremost is that I noticed in an image on the article and somewhere in the video on the web page that they decided to use the puzzle piece logo for autism. Now, I don't mind it that much, and I know there are a lot of people that still use the puzzle piece symbol, but there are many people throughout social media and the autistic community that absolutely hate that symbol. They much prefer the rainbow infinity logo. Now, an example I can give on this is that I was in a Facebook group a while back where it's like when the puzzle piece symbol was even mentioned, even brought up, even if they saw a little bit of it, it was immediately met with negativity and toxic behavior. That's why I'm no longer in those groups anymore. But it's important to know that this debate is out there, that not everybody is a fan of the puzzle piece symbol. Now, mind you, these guys are just getting started, so they could change it to the Rainbow Infinity logo at a later point, but I think we need to give them a chance first. Let them get out the gate, get the program started, get some work on the field, get your feet wet, whatever expression you want to use. Give them a start first. Then later on down the road, we could think about maybe changing the symbol going forward if people want to change the symbol. So that's the first thing. The second thing to take into account is the online training part. The online training part, while it's a good idea, it's only good if the officers in question get hands-on training immediately afterwards. Because I guarantee you, if it's just the online training without any actual training on the field, I guarantee you they're gonna forget 70% of it. And I'm not saying it because I doubt the police officers. I'm not doubting them at all, but that's just online training in a nutshell. Unless you actually put what you learn into practice, you're going to forget 70% of what you hear in that. And it's unfortunate, but that's how it is. And then the other part of it, where they go out to neighborhoods to meet families, introduce themselves, getting to know the families, that's an amazing idea. And the sticker part, that way other responders know that, hey, there's an autistic individual living here. That's a great idea too. That way they see, oh wait, there is an autistic person here. Let's think about changing the strategy a little bit. Now, this part, I love it, but I also want to see it expand to schools. That's like the next step in terms of this part. When I was in elementary school, I was introduced to a police officer right away. They visited us in the class. We got to know them in terms of what they do, why they do their job. So with that, I was able to get used to police officers right away. I'm very friendly with them, even to this day. But that can't be said for everybody. There are still many people out there, both autistic people and neurotypical people, that just will not trust police officers at all. Like, they won't even give them a chance. And that's a shame, really, because not every police officer is bad. Many of them are good, some of them admittedly are bad, and some just make mistakes. But I feel like we need to give police officers at least one chance. And I think that visiting neighborhoods and maybe visiting schools going forward will be an important step on building that trust right away. That way, they can grow up knowing that they can trust police officers. And that's the final point I want to make in this video. Trust. Trust is a two-way street. Just as the police officers in West Pelzer are making an effort, we need to do the same. They're trying to build trust with us, and so we must be willing to give them a chance. Let us trust them until the individual gives us a reason not to. That's the only way that this program is going to grow. And ideally, we want programs like these in every single police department in every single state of the country. But Stephen, why? Because when people see police officers, They see the uniform first before the person. Much like when you go to a retail store, customers often see the apron before the employee. That being said, when an officer messes up and it's recorded, then the problem becomes it reflects badly on the rest of the police officers, whether it's intended or not. But with the proper training and making sure the officers know what they're doing, we can significantly reduce those incidents and start building trust back up again. Is it going to take a long time? Yes. Are there going to be slip-ups? Absolutely. But as long as the police department is making an effort to make the situation better, then we need to believe in them. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? What's your experience been with the police? And do you like this idea, or does it need to be changed or altered a bit? Let us know in the comment section below. And on that note, it's time to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you enjoy what you see, consider subscribing to Tostemac to stay up to date in our latest videos. And until the next one, see you later.